And welcome back to the Hermitcraft FTB server. In the last episode, got started on a new inventory management system using an incredible number of managers. And, well, I've got all of these set up, as you recall from the last episode. I did put in the start of a couple of more aisles. What is, I've cut a channel here, brought the pneumatic tube out from the main line going under there and from the line going above to managers here and here for barrels, and the same on this side. Now this is the main storage for cobble, dirt, and gravel, and what I'm doing there is I set these to priority 2, which means they're a higher priority. The system will fill these first, and then over here I put managers on these chests that feed the recycler system, and they have these items in here at priority 1. So once the priority 2 barrels are full, then the system will send it over here to the priority 1 system, and it'll take care of those. I still have to hook up power to all that, and for the power I've arranged here. I've got a cable that goes back over there, comes down here to this manager. This is a priority 0 manager with nothing specified, which will be pulling from this chest, which is the input chest for the system. And as you can see, it's pretty much full. I'll throw some more dirt in there. Alright, and that's connected down there to a pipe. The one that goes up and the one that goes down connects to these pipes above and below the barrels. And then the power line, the blue electric cable here, comes over here, hooks to this manager, goes up past the barrel and hooks to that manager. Now I was originally going to run the blue electric cable all along here, and then I remembered something about red power machines. Red power machine, when powered and then touching another red power machine, they share the power balance between them. So all these managers on top along this side are touching. The only place they're not touching is back here in the corners. And I've got a bit of blue alloy wire here to jumper across that and make sure that they do get connected to share power. Same thing on this corner. So that saves me the expense of using a lot of blue alloy wire that I wouldn't otherwise have to use. So I'm going to go ahead and get some stone here. I'm going to close this up. I don't ever need to go back there again. And now for the power here, is a very easy answer, or at least the best easy answer I can come up with right now is just go ahead and put some marble covers down here. Now take some of this blue alloy wire. Bingo, they're connected. And I'm figuring I'm probably going to go with a stone ceiling, so I'm going to put stone covers up there like so. On the underside of that tube, and run the power line thusly. And that way these machines will get power. There. That takes care of that. And the beauty of this is that this system can be easily expanded down these 2 central aisles. And if need be, I could eventually take it completely all the way over here. I don't imagine I would eventually need that many, but if I should, it's possible to do it without too much of a big problem. The big thing to finish this job is up here. I need to get, well, this arrangement needs to get hooked into the system, and so do these. So, let's see. Alright, let's see. I need to move that chest, so let's get out the gravity gun. right click, drag this over here, right click to set it down. I'm just going to take this tubing out of there for right now. And I'm also going to remove these covers from the underside of these barrels. Alright. Now, up here, what I'm going to do is, first of all, this line of zombie pigmen heads is going to have to come down. I'll end up putting them somewhere else. In fact, let's go ahead. And get these things down. And the creeper head. Okay, I can't do this while floating. Takes too long. But anyway, the heads come down, and the pipe remove this pipe here that's attached directly to the top of the barrels. Instead, connect it to that up there and extend it along this way, all the way across the top, right up against the ceiling. And then, obviously, managers between the pipe and the top of the barrels, managers between the right under the bottom of the barrels, and then piping going under the barrels. Now, that means that this barrel of glass is going to have to move because I don't want to block the doorway, obviously. But that won't be a big deal. I can put it over here and just move that over a little bit. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to get this stuff moved and arranged, get this pipe arranged, get this barrel of glass moved, and then I'll be back. Alright, got things set up here. I ended up moving the iron as well as the glass because I'm going to need some space here for this tube here. And yeah, I'm probably going to need to move the bed, and I should probably move those book stands as well. I need to get in here to the corner for a second because we still have to work out power arrangements for these things. But it should be simple, so I'll just shift click there and there, do the same thing here and there, and now these are connected power wise. And I'm going to go ahead and run a tube down here as well. That looks like it's hooked to the managers, so actually I don't need a tube here. No, I don't. Alright. Now along here is going to be some of the basic primary raw material storage chests. And let's see. Oops, no. And let's see, I've got some marble here, which needs to be moved down below into the main system. I notice there's some cactus over there too. Alright. Now, pop some managers. Wait a minute. Alright, yeah. If I put the managers there and then chests below them, I'm not going to be able to get into the chest because they won't open. Because the manager will be blocking. But I can do something here. and get in this little opening. There we go. Alright, take that bit of pipe down. And do so thusly. Oh, come on. Alright, I'm not going to put up with this. There. Alright. Alright, now I just take some of this marble. And fill that in. And on the outside, I can cover that up with covers. But here, wait a minute, one more adjustment to this. That. All right, some covers. Pop that there. Do the same thing on the outside. Cover the pipe up there. And even right back here, I can put a hollow cover to cover most of that opening. So that'll be good. And I'm going to go ahead and put another one right there. And then I'm going to start putting chests, managers. See, I'll get it straight. Wait a minute. Alright. How about I get my stuff together here and figure out what it is I'm actually doing and do it. I just realized it. Have the pipe go along this row. Or perhaps, no. Just go ahead and have it come out. Because put the managers here, and the chests on the outside, on the inside. So let's go ahead, bring this out. And now I'm going to give myself a little place to stand so I don't have to play falling games. Falling and can't fly right games because they're annoying. Now I take the managers and just slap them down here. Like so. And I'm going to go ahead and put another cover. I don't think it really matters if something a pipe connects to the side of a manager, but it doesn't quite feel right, so I don't want to do it. Alright, let's get some chests down. It's not all of them, obviously, but it's a beginning. Pick up all the stuff that I dropped. Put the iron away that I grabbed by mistake. Alright, and I just put some more chests up there. Let's see what I got. I know I've got chests. Okay, there's some iron chests and a diamond chest. There. Those chests can be upgraded as needed. And I'm going to go ahead and leave those open so that I can access them for now and program each one for what I want it to hold. So I need to put my platform back. I suppose I shouldn't have removed it so soon. Okay, now this is previously my big main metals chest. So say I wanted to keep, alright, let's see. Say I want to keep, say, 2 stacks of stone and a couple of stacks of iron, a stack of electrum. Well, it would be helpful if I didn't have a full frigging inventory. No, I don't. Okay, it's sometimes these flipping barrels glitch when they drop stuff. So okay, say some Invar, a couple of stacks of gold, a couple of stacks of refined iron. Alright, start with that. Let's say I want the diamond chest to be the thing here. So, and this is going to be supply mode. That's going to be priority 1. And we're going to keep in this chest 2 stacks of iron. I do wish that Red Power's things like this would use the ghost inventory item thing, but we can deal. So we want to keep all of these things in these amounts in this chest. Right now, it was something I dropped over here. Okay, silver. So we'll keep 2 stacks of silver, stack of lead, a couple of copper, and some tin. And I suppose perhaps that the diamond chest is wasted on this because it has this huge inventory, and that's the limit right there. What you see is the limit of the manager's inventory when you're keeping exact numbers of items. And oh yes, a couple of stacks of stone. So this manager will now automatically request any of those items it finds in the system anywhere to keep them in that chest, so that from down here, anytime I need those things, bingo, they're easy to get to. Alright, I'm back after a brief interruption, and I was thinking about something, and honestly, given the mode that the managers are being used in here, as in keep this amount of these items in this inventory, then using diamond and gold chests here is really unnecessary. And this time I picked up some iron, but I'm actually going to use some of it. And I'm going to take these chests and I'm going to just go ahead and upgrade them to iron chests. This iron, I'll just go ahead and drop it back in there. There. That'll be better. Now let's see. Yeah, this one, when connected, will and the system is up and going, it will see to it that this amount of these items will always be in this chest. And I will similarly program the rest of these things to keep stuff in them. Let's see, I'm wondering, I do believe I know I can run blue wire on covers. So let's try doing that. Shift click, and there, and around the corner, and into the machine. So when powered up, these will all have juice. And I don't actually need that one there, do I? No, I don't. Alright, good. So the power connection is now established for all of these. And I'm going to put a torch on top of this chest. Oh, you can't do that anymore. Well, gee, okay. I'll put it there, just to note the one that is already programmed and set up. And over time, I'll get the rest of these set up with keep X amount of such in here, in this chest at all times. And that way, I will, from right here, if it's not in a work table, I can reach up there and grab whatever. And plus, anything extra I have, say I go to this chest that's supposed to have all those metals and stuff in it, I got a bunch of extra covers. Drop them in there, and because the manager is not set to allow that item in that chest, it's set to only keep these things. So anything that isn't these things will get kicked out into the tube system and routed to wherever the managers are set to keep that item. So that will be handy as well. It will let me perhaps keep the inventories in these work tables a little bit better organized. And this chest will eventually not need to be there. I'll have one of those set up there to keep X amount of these zicoridite ingots and stuff like that in there, because I am going to be using that stuff sometime sort of soonish, I think. Okay, now here's another case of stuff connecting to the sides of the managers. I don't suppose it matters, but I'm going to go ahead and put some covers there to prevent it anyway, because it doesn't look good. Alright, now I need to get this system hooked into the managers. And, okay, up top should be simple. Just need to, well, first let's make a temporary place to stand. Get those off of here. And some tubes. And oh boy, it's raining. Amazing. That never happens, right? Note heavy sarcasm. Okay, anyway. So, we put the chest here on the end of this tube, so the stuff that gets ejected from the relay, which is getting stuff from all three of the furnaces, anything that gets ejected from that will end up in here. And what do we do here? Well, of course, we put a manager on this thing. And let's go put that tube there. Okay, get out the manager. And let's see. If I position it right, I won't have to rotate it. There we go. And now we right click into this thing, and frankly, I don't think we need to do anything with this one. Just leave it default like the input unit, because it's an input. It's just making anything in this chest available to the tube system. The only tricky part is I need to run some power up to it. Shouldn't be too difficult. because I need to run the power up to connect to these things as well. So if I go, let's see, through the door 2 blocks in, right here, okay, I can run some blue wire there. And down here, alright, we'll go ahead and just throw some blocks in there for now. That's not blocks. And any old cover. Run that up there like so. Over here, up, up, up. And it connects. And now I can get some stone brick covers, marble brick covers, and marble covers, and just cover that over like so, and it won't show. And a similar bit of covering on this side back there, which I will take care of later off camera. It's just a minor cosmetic thing. So now all of this is connected to the main power setup down below, because the blue wire connects to a manager, which means it will share in all the power. So now I just need to bring some over here for this one. And I'm going to continue with covers as cable mounting platforms. There. Now that manager is powered. Doesn't especially look super good, but it works. That's the main thing. So now, okay, down here. And I'm going to need another temporary platform to work from. Okay. Now here it's just, let's pop down some more managers. Not like that. All right. Get out the screwdriver and rotate them. And then just put some tubing in to hook them to the system. Okay. Takes care of that. Patch up the floor. Fix that stuff down below a little bit later on. Now all I need to do is to set these managers. Go ahead and make them priority 1, any amount, and then each one of them will be set like so, and in them I will put one piece of each of the different kinds of ores and other things that need to be smelted. And so when they come into the system, they will automatically be sent up here to be smelted. The pulverizers will eject them into the furnaces eject them into the relay puts them in the chest, and from there the managers take over and send it all where it needs to go. So about all that remains is to get the system running. Let's see. Okay, I'm the only one on it. If it's dark, if it's late enough, I can sleep. No, I can't sleep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait just a little bit, get rid of this rain, get some daylight going, because I want some daylight on those solar panels when we turn the power on. Okay, I'm back. It's morning, sunshine on the solar panels. I've gone ahead and fine-tuned these a little bit. I realized that these needed to be a higher priority than those barrels over here, so I changed them all to priority 2 so that they will get taken care of first. And I've added some stuff into a few more of these so that I can have stuff available. And I'll be adding to this with the rest of the Zicorium things and so on later, and I'll be adding more to all of these managers over time as I decide and figure out exactly what it is I need to keep in those chests and so on. Now this one doesn't need to have anything in there, and it needs to be a priority 0 because its only job is to make available and provide to the rest of the system what's in that chest. These guys, I will have to set them up with some samples of raw ore that are to be pulverized and then smelted. I'm probably going to, no, definitely, I'm going to set up another set of furnaces for things to get smelted but not pulverized, and hook them into the system somewhere as well. But other than all of that, and a few cosmetic touches and so on, the guts, the nuts and bolts of this system is in place and ready to fire it up. Whoops. I gotta do something about that one of these days. Well, come to think of it, there is a matter of these things. They're set up and programmed, but I need to get tubing over to them. I'm going to take this thing. We don't need any inputs on the top or the side. So let's just string this over here. Connect it to these managers. I do believe I can take those off of there. Yeah, that'll work. Alright, now that's hooked in. Now there's the matter of these barrels that were in this area to begin with. I was going to move them, but they're not going to be facing the right way and so on. So what I'm going to do... Yeah, I got some tubing. Okay. And I have a filter. Now when I rotate the filter, it'll start pumping out whatever's in that barrel into the system here. And it will get routed over there where it needs to be. So I'm going to go ahead now and connect the power. No, not like that. That's going to look sloppy. Like so. Alright, now the managers are gaining power. And it's going to take a while for them all to get powered up and things to start working. This one's got power and it's already pulling stuff out of here. And it's getting routed down here to the places where it all needs to go. So I'm going to go ahead and get my screwdriver out. And we'll rotate this sucker. That is the right direction, isn't it? Yes, it is. Okay, heck with it. Take that off of there. I will just drop a priority 0 manager in there. And temporarily run some blue wire over to it. When it charges up, it should start providing all of that stuff. There, it's starting to empty that barrel, dumping it into there. This one is taking it and sending it where it needs to go. Let's have a look at this thing working. Stuff's all coming down through here. You can see a lot of these managers are lit up with that blue, which means they're powered. And stuff is ending up in here. Aha, yeah. I know why, too. I didn't wait for all the managers to be fully powered up. Alright, that'll stop that thing from trying to send anything. I'm going to hang out here and wait until all of these managers come online and get enough power to actually start working. Okay, I figured out some of what my problem was. I went ahead and did a test here. And see, this one here doesn't have any power. This one does. You'll notice the wire is pointing straight into it. So I blocked this up temporarily and I did this. Point the wire into it, and now look, it's gaining a charge. So I need to adjust how I'm moving up the power around here. And I'm going to go all the way around to this side to start here. And do it the way I should have. Alright, now the power will be shared between the machines. Go ahead and do the same thing here. And doing it this way, the system is still accessible. I can still get back here for troubleshooting or anything. And so now, let's drop a block there. And here. Get rid of that torch. Okay, I need a cover up here. Wire across it. System is now gaining some power on the top ones. And these are starting to gain some power. I'm not sure about down here yet. It's probably going to take a while for all of these things to get charged up, because the power level needs to be up here and this needs to be up here in order for these things to work. Once they come online, they should all each start requesting all the stuff. You see, what happened is all these things, everything in the system got sucked out. What fit landed here in these overflow chests. But if you have a look here, this thing is, that's an error message, I believe. And I need to wait for this thing to get powered up before I try to do anything else with it. You notice this one is now operational. And this one will be soon. And once they all have that blue light on them, you see this one just came online. And so once they all have the blue light on, then I can proceed with checking the system out. You can already see as blue lights come on, as the managers come online, they are requesting the stuff that they're meant to keep. And the stuff is getting put back in the barrels and drawn eventually out of here. A lot of it got back stuffed into the main ones. I'm going to go ahead and hook the power back up on it. Alright, yeah. Things are coming online. It's working. I may not have to wait. because it's taking a while. Right now, this line is coming online, and stuff is going where it needs to be. The error lights are going off. The satisfied lights are coming on, blinking as needed. See, this one has power, but it can't seem to get what it's got, what it needs. Or, I'm not sure what's going on with that. Alright, I'm not 100% certain here, but it does seem to be starting to work. So, I'm going to just kind of hang on here, give it time for all of these things to get their blue lights come on, and the system start working, and I'll be back in a bit. Okay, I figured out what the problem was. You'll notice over here that these things are blinking like crazy. Items are going in, and then they're disappearing and coming back out again. And I finally figured out why. Because I went to a lot of trouble. I made it a point to set all of these managers on top to put certain items into this chest. But I never did anything with the ones down below. So a lot of these down here, it's like this one that's blinking. There's nothing in here, and it's a priority 0. So, when there's nothing in here, the manager says, okay, we're not allowed to keep anything in this inventory. We're a priority 0, so anything and everything that takes priority over us. And so anything that gets brought in there gets kicked out. Like, there's a bunch of coal coming in here, and you can see it's going out just about as fast as it's going in. So, I get a piece of that, and I come down here, set this to priority 1, any amount, coal, and now the number should start going up. Yes, it's going up, it's not coming down. This one's flashing as it receives things, but it's not flashing errors, and this one isn't flashing at all anymore. So I need to go through all of these chests, all of these barrels and the managers attached to them, and set up the bottom ones like I didn't do before. That was a mistake, and it's cost me a lot of having to fix this system, because it's causing a certain amount of lag with all this stuff bouncing all over the place. Basically what happened is this row of stuff came online, and all these inventories on all these managers on the bottoms were not set to allow certain things to stay, something to stay in each barrel, so it pulled everything out of all of these barrels on the side. It's a good thing the rest of the system didn't come online yet. I need to get the whole thing set up and so on before I go any further about troubleshooting why there's no power showing up over here. I don't want it to show up over there just yet. I gotta fix this thing. So I'm gonna work on that, and we'll catch up and see how things are going in the next episode. Thanks for watching. I'm out of here.